Hello and welcome to the Horror Podcast, episode 34, Trail of the Screaming Forehead. So Lazar Blazer has got this fourth film, right? The same ensemble, still sticking along the lines of a 50s, 60s B-movie theme where some obscure thing tries to take over the planet, this time a forehead.
You're all messed up!
Why, that looks like a forehead.
I've got it, Philip, I have it!
Let's just call it for now foreheadazine.
Holy cow!
Philip.
Your head! What's happened to you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't you see there's something like a flu in their foreheads?
What'll it be, Buster?
We're gonna get a forehead.
A what?
A forehead!
So he's got the characters right. You've got your twisted scientists, your shore-leave sailors, your villains, your heroes. But something still seems to be missing. It could be that the jokes are repeated so much and therefore overused and become repetitive. Or it could be that the film feels just 45 minutes too long. So in that time, my mind started to wander. With this and Dark and Stormy Night feeling a touch too long, what I'd like to see is Larry Blamire's Players Present. A weekly show where all the same actors do 45-minute standalone episodes of send-ups of TV and film genres. From this, if there's any episodes that do actually stand out and could be translated to film quite easily, and then more work put into that to make a more tighter flowing film, I would really enjoy that, and I'd like to see that. It's just an opinion. No one's ever going to see it, I suppose. No one's ever going to pick up on it, but maybe, just maybe.
Wipe your mouth, Timmy. Dry your hands, Sally. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Oh, innocent enough requests from the sound of them. Or are they? Oh, this napkin's been used.
What? Oh, no, sir, it hasn't. That's a permanent stain. Blood, I believe.
Blood?
Yes, sir, that's the death napkin.
What's the death napkin?
Well, I'm surprised you haven't heard of it. Legend has it it's the same napkin Kosler Orthobox, the famous tortured horror writer, used to wipe his mouth just before he died instantly.
Why, that would make this napkin over 100 years old.
Yes, sir, it would. Supposedly the napkin was passed down to Count Razmadov, who held a huge dinner in its honor, wiped his mouth on it, and died. It was then purchased at auction by the daughter of the Earl of Filbert for her goat-hound trifles, but temptation got the better of her and she wiped her mouth.
What happened?
Died instantly. Her dog sold it to a blind merchant seaman who brought it to Singapore, where a dishonest marmot vendor made off with it. It found its way back here by booking passage on a small packet.
I say, the napkin booked passage?
Well, someone booked for it, obviously. It ended up with a barrister called Kelp Wallace, who...
Wiped his mouth?
Dead. The present owner of this pub found it in a trunk full of old budgie perches and has been using it ever since.
Fascinating tale. Absolutely fascinating. But what I can't fathom is why on earth continue using the death napkin if wiping one's mouth on it induces certain death?
Oh, it's quite absorbent.
Absorbent indeed. So absorbent it could absorb your life. Quite a price for pretty lips. We hope the next time you wipe your mouth, you think of us. Join us next week for another step in the walk of the unknown. Until then, I'm your host, Trufan Nubin, saying...